Mike and Moose here, and today we're going to take a close look at the 1/25th scale AMT ERTL Corvette ZR-1 model kit. Next on Modeling with Mike. And we're back, and there you go. There's a close-up of the Corvette ZR-1 box art. And going to tell you a few things about it first before we start with the total review. This kit, according to ScaleMates, was made in 1989. Back in the day when AMT ERTL was king when it came to automotive model kits. Let me tell you, for you automotive people out there, let me give you a few specifications here on this Corvette ZR-1. The type of car was a two-seat front-engine rear-wheel drive sport coupe. The engine was a 375 horsepower, 5.7 liter, 350 cubic inch, 32 valve, dual overhead cam, LT5 V8 with port fuel injection. Transmission was a 6-speed manual. Wheels were unidirectional 17-inch cast aluminum. The tires in the front had Goodyear Eagle 275 40 ZR-17s, and in the rear 315 35 ZR-17s. For the kit, it comes with over 80 parts, and of course paint and cement not included. So, first impressions just on the outside of the box. Let me give you a little viewpoint here on some of the pictures. Look at that nice picture of the engine there, the interior. I just hope I can do that good. Let's see what's inside here, shall we? We'll pull out the bag with that. There we go. Get out everything here. Okay, first of all, we have a exhaust part. Came loose from the tree, but that doesn't seem to bother anything here. Here is the undercarriage, top and bottom. Nice and deep. Well, it's somewhat detailed. Has just a hint of flash on it, but nothing major. Yeah, for 36 years old, that looks in great shape. Our body shell, same thing. Looks like it's in excellent shape. Just a hint of flash right under the door there, side panel. Other than that, great panel lines. Nice clear emblem right there. Nice. Here we have a sprue with the hood. It's a little marked up right there. Has a smudge. We might have to get some sandpaper, sand it down. Again, another emblem right there, nice and clear. Look at this dash. Wow, look at the detail. We got a couple of clips there too, so that looks great. Here we have some suspension parts. Rear axle, front suspension, differential, drive shaft, all nice, detailed. Just a hint of flash on a couple parts. No ejector pin marks. Here we have the interior pan, and I mean, look at that. You got your pedals, you got your interior doors there. I mean, the nice detail. The seats, the detail on the seats, and look at that steering wheel. I mean, there's a hint of flash there, but that's all right. There's your shifter. And finally, you have engine parts, wheel wells right here, some exhaust parts. Looks like we have some wheel parts, engine parts, hoses, pulleys, various other engine parts, radiator, and looks like some engine cover. And these, again, nice molding, very slight bit of flash, and no obvious ejector pin marks that I could see. And here is your glass part, your windows. There's that. Rear window, louvered. Okay, let's look at the chrome parts. Here we have chrome parts. They look great. Some looks like lights, rear or wheels, both front and rear wheels, engine block, transmission right here, oil pan, looks like cover, other covers, plenum, manifolds, looks like an oil cap or, you know, filters and the like. All good, all good. Lots of ejector pin marks, but they're all on the back side. You know, all this is going to be glued where are gluing spots, so don't have to worry about it. Nice job. I don't mind ejector pin marks if they're where they need to be. Here we have, let's look at the tires. These tires, here's two. I don't like this. I don't like the solid middle parts. Okay? For a kid, that is a major cut waiting to happen. Stitches waiting to happen. There's the other two. Same thing. Stitches waiting to happen. Because you get that hobby knife in there and it slips and boom, blood everywhere. And here you have two of these. I believe these are rear lights. And they are in there. Yeah, here's the other one. Here's the other one. So we'll put those back in there so we don't lose them. Let's look at the decal. Nice little decal sheet here. Okay, let's take a look, see you real close here. Got some nice striping for the sides of the car. Here's one thing I don't like They only give you state plates. I wish they would have made it a little larger and gave you the option of having some vanity plates maybe. But oh well. Looks like decal for the dash. Couple of decals go on some engine components, looks like. Yeah. And looks like they're not too thick, not too thin, about right. Doesn't look like age has damaged them that much. Looked like they were well taken care of before I got them. So we'll put these back in here. Let's take a look-see at the instructions. Starts out like most of them do. You have a little bit about the car itself and some tips there. Read all labels and warnings. The thing is, this is not an instruction book. Looks like somebody just printed them off of either an instruction book or maybe scale mates or something. But we'll go through them. Step 1 is the engine assembly. Starts out with everything being attached to the pulley system. And then you go to the engine block. Shows off everything that's plated, what color, if it's not plated, what color it should be. Right here, your power steering pump, it says gloss black. But for the most part, it's plated. And what's not plated looks like it should be black. And here's your plenum going on and your covers going on, your bell housing, transmission, and then your final assembly are all your hoses and your belt drive assembly, and your manifolds going on. Next step, you have the chassis. You have, first of all, your front suspension, which are calling out gloss black. Chassis gloss black. I'll make it black, just black probably. But has the front suspension going on the front of the car. Then you have all your rear stuff. Control arm, your rear axle, drive shaft, rear suspension, control rod, everything for the back end going on the back. Then you have your engine and your radiator assembly going on to the front, top. Then in the bottom you have your exhaust assembly going on. And again, giving you color call outs as it goes. Go to step 6 is your body assembly. You have here, it shows these center pieces being removed. I don't see why you have to do that. I tried fitting this into the body before. It fits perfectly without taking those off, and that's just an extra. That's just a nice place to put your glue where it won't go over your windows. Got your taillights going in, your license plate going on. You got your engine bay assembly, your coolant reservoir, your heater, your master cylinder, battery, everything like that. Then you got your windshield washer and your front lights. Got your windows going in as well as your rear view mirror. Putting your interior assembly up in there. And then your final assembly, you have inner fenders going on your hood, your rear, your headlamps, your hood hinges going on, Your hood goes onto your body. Body goes onto the chassis. Then you got a couple of little more computer box and all your other little stuff, more little stuff going in there, and a hose and stuff. And then you got, looks like a center brake light. You just got little color call outs here for your door handles, lights, and emblems and stuff. Yeah, there you go. That's your instructions. Here's step 3, your wheel assemblies. I forgot all about these. Your wheel assemblies go front and rear, go driver's side, passenger side, front, rear. They're both basically the same. You just want to make sure that which way your lettering is facing on the tire here. Make sure this Goodyear's out. And then you attach your tires to the chassis, to the axles, and you do your interior. Put your steering column in the dash, put your seats in, and your shifter. And that's basically it. These instructions are the lettering is very small. If you're like me and you're getting up there in years and your eyes are failing you, you might want to use a magnifier, because I'm trying to read this right now with just reading glasses, and it's kind of hard. So yeah, but I'm going to put all this away, put it back to where it's nice and safe before we start it, and I'll be back and I'll give you my first impressions of this kit, my recommendations, pros and cons, and then we'll shut her down. Well, I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and just my initial reaction to this kit. It's a nice little kit. I think a beginner, if he has an experienced person at hand to where he can come to if he runs into a problem with the kit, that'd be great. But I think a beginner could follow the instructions. Some pros and cons for this kit. The pros: nice molding, very good detail. The instructions are in a logical order. The decals are very good for their age. It's a 36-year-old kit. They don't seem to be yellowed in any way. They're not too thick. They're in register. They're not too thin. They seem to be just right. Some cons to the kit: just a little flash, not too bad, but just a little. The instructions look like they were printed instructions. Either somebody printed them off the original instructions, or they printed them off of Scalemates, or something happened there. The tires, I do not like those filled in centers of the tires. That's just a major laceration waiting to happen, and stitches. That's all that is. I much prefer the little runners coming out from the center on tires, where you could just take a pair of sprue cutters and just nip them off, and you don't have to worry about taking a hobby knife to them. It's just dangerous, you know. Saw a little scuffing on the hood. Gonna have to go over that with fine grit sandpaper. Other than that, I really don't see anything wrong with it. It's a nice kit, and I'm looking forward to building it. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I'd recommend it just on initial viewing of it, an examination. I would recommend it for a beginner. Just make sure you have an experienced person nearby that can help you if you run into problems with it. That brings me to the question, have you built this kit before? If you have, let me know your experiences with it in the comments below. Always love to hear from you guys, you know that. Next video, we're going to start building this beast and looking forward to it. There's 7 steps, 7 sub-assemblies. I might just take a video for each one. That's what I'm thinking about doing. So this is going to be like a 7, 8, maybe 9 video series. So that's all I got for this one. You know what we always say around here. Never stop pushing your modeling boundaries. And until next time, bye-bye.